Hey everyone, this is Chris here with Elemental Play. Today I have an unboxing for you of the new Caster Chronicles set. I got in an entire booster case of the set, and I want to show you what comes in a full case. I'm a little worried about hitting. There should be a playmat in here, so I don't want to damage anything. So I'm going to be careful with this knife. Not as worried about the boxes, of course, but some of the other stuff could take some damage. All right. So I ordered this from Potomac. They like to send some distribution sheets and whatnot, kind of some information about their products and what's coming out, what I can buy from them, because why not? All right. Looks like right on top here we have some promo cards. These are cool. I didn't actually know I was getting these, so I can take a look at those. Let's get the camera focused a little bit there. So this is Ripple, Taker of Revenge. This is a character, I believe, from the Japanese set. Actually, wait a minute. There's a few cards in here. I don't know what all this is. Oh, they sent me one of the Valentine's Day promos. This one is like a $20 promo. I don't know why they sent me this, but I can't complain. That was the buy a box promo from the first set, and buy a box promo I think from the second set, and then yeah, this is what is that? Just says promo 10. So I don't know why they sent me this package of them. Maybe as a thank you. I don't know. Can't complain. Let's see what else we got in here. We have the box of all the cards. We have a sweet playmat, which I'll lay out and use as my backdrop in a second here. We have, I think these are posters. And then that's all we've got in the box. So let's get the box out of the way so I can show off everything else here. Let's start with the posters. I don't know what these look like, so I'll open it right up. And they just gave me one this time around. All right, so we've got the girl here in her performance outfit. Of course, this is Earnest Workers versus Supreme Talents, so it makes sense for someone with talent to be on the cover. Looks like that's pretty out of focus. Let's get you there so you can get a better look at it. Kind of a cute poster. I probably won't be hanging it up myself. I just don't have much of this kind of stuff around my house, so maybe I'll be able to get this up online if people want it. Make sure to check me out on eBay. I'm Elemental Play on there as well. We've got kind of some strange stuff on there, shoes and whatnot, so nothing, I think there's some gaming stuff up on there right now. I don't remember exactly. Here's our playmat. This was spoiled already, so I've seen this. Maybe you have as well. Let's crack it open. I'm a little tired of this same like, oh, here's 7 anime girls style. That's all they're giving us with these. They actually made like a really cool one for one of the Japanese sets, and they made some other nice ones in the past. So I'm a little disappointed they keep giving us this style. But I'm going to zoom this in a little. We'll get on just the playmat here so that we can actually start working through the box. I think that's our focus range. And let's crack open a couple of these boxes. I don't have a ton of time to make this video today, but I wanted to make sure to get this out to you so you could get a look at what's available. I'll likely open at least one box, but hopefully I can get through more than that. We'll see what my time constraints look like. I do all these unboxings and videos in my spare time, and I've been very, very busy with life and work lately, and today is no exception. But since this set's out, I want to make sure that I get it cracked open and make it available. So we've got 6 of these boxes in here. Kind of a cute design. We've seen these box sizes before. Pretty much same as always. All right. let's open one of these up. And let's see what we have inside. It's going to be, I mean, I can already tell you, it's going to be 20 booster packs, as it always is. Oh, it looks like I do get an Almeria level 2 promo with every one of these. So these are the buy a box promos. So the other ones that I got must have been leftovers that the company had packed up with it, which is kind of cool. But Almeria level 2 is definitely a good card. Banish another Almeria. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may choose any amount of cosmetic servants from among them and put them into the field as long as the total cost of servants put in this way is 6 or less. That's really good. If you're running a heavy cosmetics deck, that'll definitely put you ahead a little bit. Gets a lot onto the field for really quick. It's some graveyard play. That's kind of what we look for, right? If you're trying to run a graveyard deck anyway, I guess. All right, so I guess I should show off the pack before I just tear into it. So here's kind of similar to the cover of the box. Cute little booster packs. I am going to be selling most of this set. I'll have it up on my TCG Player store at some point in hopefully the next week or so. So keep an eye out on it there. Again, elemental play. It's all the same. I've been pretty consistent with the branding. I'm going to show off the cards and try and split them by rarity. So a bunch of commons and a rare. Right? I didn't look at that wrong. There's just one rare. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, it's like a Mona Lisa going on there. That's cute. Mona Lisa is actually kind of a fun conversation topic because there was no reason for that painting to be so popular. It was kind of, no one cared about it. It sat in the back corner of the Louvre in France for a long time. And back in the middle of the 1900s, I want to say, a janitor, someone's going to correct me on this, but I think it was a janitor, decided to steal it. He was like, well, I'm from Italy, and I'm going to steal back this Italian painting that they have no right to have. And so he stayed like overnight, and I think it was over the weekend even, and he stole this painting because he was able to get around security that way. And it wasn't, at the time the Louvre wasn't highly secure like it is now. So he took it home and he lived with it for a while. He just kind of kept it at home and nobody could figure out where it went, and it turned into this big thing. There were news articles everywhere. Someone stole the Mona Lisa. So all of a sudden, the Mona Lisa went from being this painting that nobody cared about to this painting that everybody knew what it looked like. And it became just super, super famous. The guy eventually turned himself in after about, I think it was 2 years. He just literally just had this painting in his house for 2 years and nobody figured it out. And he realized that he couldn't sell it. He couldn't bring it back to Italy. There was no way to get it back there. And he finally just said, all right, I'm tired of this. I want to come clean. Here's the painting. And the French courts obviously took him, they took him to court and they said, you broke the law. You stole this painting from us. It's a, $1 million painting or whatever it was worth at the time. And, why'd you do it? He said, well, I wanted to, everyone was so mean to me, because apparently French people were very mean to him as an Italian. And he's like, well, French people are so mean to me. I wanted to get back at them. They don't deserve this beautiful painting. So I wanted to return it to my land where it was stolen from. And the courts were like, well, this painting wasn't stolen. It was gifted to us. And that's true. It was gifted to them. Nobody stole it. So, there's one of those god deity cards, deity, however you pronounce it. kind of a cool card. It's only listed as a super rare, which is interesting because I've already got one super rare that is not this. I'll come back to my story in a second, but I don't know if anyone else has noticed as I'm opening these, I've got a couple rares, a couple super rares, and then all the rest have been common. I haven't seen a single uncommon, and I don't know what that's about. So anyway, the courts were like, well, this painting wasn't stolen, it was given to us, so, you know, this, what you're saying is kind of ridiculous. And it was gifted to them by Italy. So the court said, but you know what? I mean, they probably thought to themselves, you're not that bright of a guy, obviously, because he wasn't. He wasn't that smart of a guy. He was a janitor. He didn't have much going for him. He said, well, you're probably not, you don't seem to be that bright of a guy, but what you did was, you know, your actions were with somewhat good intent, however misguided it may have been. And they said, you know what? You don't have to go to prison. You've done enough of your time. You've had to live with what you've done for these years, and you clearly feel guilty about it, which is why you're returning it. So they called it, I believe they called it time served, and let him go with, I want to say there was a little bit of a, you know, public service or something. Oh, that's kind of a cute card, isn't it? Paintbrush. She is a Step Up Art Club. Yeah, I don't know what any of these new mechanics do. So yeah, it's got a new mechanic called Step Up, and it says Art Club. Oh, wow, that is really out of focus. Where's the focus on that? There. So, yeah, I don't know how that works. We'll have to find out. There are some new mechanics in here. Lethargy, card enters the field rested. Although I want to say that was already there. These are cute. Rope is cute. I like these cards just as much as I always have. They're neat. Oh, 2 paintbrushes. Okay. So anyway, you know, the guy actually went free. The guy who stole the Mona Lisa, had it for 2 years, went free. So that's my history lesson for today. I'm sure I botched a few of the details, but it's the general idea of it. Mona Lisa was never a famous painting until he stole it. And then it was famous. Now it's famous. Now every school child in the world knows the Mona Lisa. All right, there's another super rare. It's shiny, if you'll notice. Oh, except for certain parts of it. And it is textured. It's textured foil. Very neat card. I think this game has a lot of potential. It's moving in the right direction with a lot of things it's doing, but one of the things that worries me is they're not heavily advertising the game. You know, I know some people who follow TCGs pretty closely. They're aware of everything that comes out. And they came to me a couple weeks ago and they said, Chris, did you know that there's a new Caster Chronicles set? I was like, yeah. Why do you ask? They're like, we had no idea. We just found out. And it was literally like 4 days before before this set came out. Oh, a new caster, Christiana. It's interesting. Yeah, so it was literally 4 days before the set came out, and they're like, yeah, we had no idea this set was coming out. Did they advertise it? What's the story? And honestly, I mean, it was probably the least advertised set I've seen, right? Like, it's almost like the company isn't talking about it. Like, yeah, it's technically coming out here, but you know, nobody, I guess, talked about it really. Like, we saw it in our Facebook groups and knew about it from there, but that was about it. Mars. I wonder if I can get all the planets here. So I don't know why Force of Will is doing that. I don't know why they're just completely like pushing this game off to the side. Do they know that they actually need to advertise it in order to make money on it? I I don't know what their thought process is here, unless they're just planning on letting it die, which I certainly hope not, because it is it's a rather cool game. I think it's a little bit original in the way it plays, and a lot of the ways they handle the game, and it has, they keep adding new mechanics because the game is so new, so we get to see all these new ideas, and they're actually kind of clever and original. So they obviously have a lot of talent behind the people who are putting these games together, but if they don't want to support it, then what can we do? So that is a rare, okay. They really can't expect the game to survive without any backing from the company who's making it, right? I would think. So far we've seen a number of rares and super rares. Everything else has been common, which is really strange. Super rare. I am hoping that we run into at least one secret at some point. Maybe what I'll do, since I don't have a ton of time right now, but I can do more later, is I'll open the rest of this box and then open some more of it another time, rather than just doing it all when you're not watching. Because then you can kind of see the distributions, and I know that's kind of fun. Rare. Rares are popping up slightly more than super rares, as you'd expect, but not by much. I still think it's strange that there aren't uncommons. I didn't remember hearing about that. Actually, does it say it on the back? Oh, it does say it. It says it right on the back that there's no uncommons. It's supposed to be 35 commons, 14 rares, 21 super rares, 14 ultra rares, and then you've got secrets and hypers as well. So they got rid of uncommons. Very strange. Of course, in the last set, all the uncommons were the spells, and everything else was casters and servants. So they've been really trying to redistribute these rarities for some reason. Oh, there's an ultra rare. Cool. That's a good find. So I guess I can move these rares and super rares and ultra rares over. I'd imagine there will be one more ultra rare in the box at the very least. Because that's just kind of the standard, right? Sort of. It's another rare. And it didn't say... And it says there's 14 total, but it doesn't say what the distribution is, so... We'll see what happens. I think it's interesting they move completely away from... oh, there's the other ultra rare. Called it. Oh, I remember Lily Verde. Yeah, okay. They move completely away from the obscure, like, inanimate objects kind of thing that they did for one set. I guess the Japanese crowd especially, but also a lot of the American crowd really liked it just being the girls. I think the inanimate objects are kind of what got me into the game originally. I do think that the card art is very cute now, but I was pretty entertained by the idea of, living mechanical pencils and stuff. I thought that was funny. It's rare. So, that's all right, the game's still good. Let's see, 2 more packs. So this one and one more. Common. There is a Conductor's Baton of Sunlight. Is our rare. And then do this last one. We'll wrap it up for today at about 20 minutes. And then we will, I'll see if I can resume another day and open some more of these. And another super rare soul. So that's our sun. Those cards are great. Let's see. So what did we end up with? We ended up with, oh, nope, those are ultras. They're super. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rares. So these are all one per pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 super rares. And of course 2 ultra rares. So there you go. So it's 20% of packs will have your ultras, which I assume can also swap out for anything rarer. You've got your super rares are, what did I say, 70%? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, my math's totally off. 35%, 10%, and 55% is your rares. So there it is. One box of Caster Chronicles, along with your poster and your playmat and these promos that I still don't know why I got them. I wouldn't expect those if you were buying boxes. I think they just had some extras that they wanted to get rid of, so, but I'll take it. All right, so thank you all for watching. I will make sure to get some of this stuff listed on my TCG Player store, and I'll see if I can do another video for you, but you know, make sure to follow me on Twitter and on YouTube, and check out my videos as they pop up. I'm always putting up new stuff, and I'll look forward to chatting with you again soon.